This is the heartland of English legend, of Robin and Marian, of Godiva and Leofric. From Arden to Sherwood are the shires of legendary England, the towns and villages of Shakespeare, the strongholds of medieval princes, war grounds of Caractacus and Lear, names and places that echo with pageantry and tradition. Kenilworth, Stratford, Warwick. In the villages and hamlets, traditional English crafts still flourish. And through the seasons, ancient customs still weave their thread of myth and magic. Now, in the midst of the new revolution of electronic technology and computer techniques, the heart of England is building an exciting future based on the industry for which it's most renowned, the car industry. Amongst car makers, one company stands out from all the others, famous throughout the world for its excellence and refinement of its products. A company that synthesizes traditional craftsmanship and revolutionary technology. A company that has become a legend in its own time. Jaguar. The legend that is Jaguar is a legend of quality. Quality is the touchstone of every activity of the company, every facet of its products. Uniquely graceful styling that has evolved over decades of success. Meticulous engineering to match the best in the world. Breathtaking performance, a magical driving experience. This is the legend. A legend that is forged through a unique blend of skilled craftsmanship and applied technology. Throughout the production process, electronic systems complement human insight. Artificial intelligence cooperates with the mind and hand of man. Robots are the apprentices of wizards, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Man and machine working in harmony to achieve the highest possible standards of quality. This special harmony is evident at all three of Jaguar's plants. Castle Bromwich, the body plant. Radford, where the engines and transmission systems are made. And Browns Lane, the main assembly plant and administrative headquarters. Building the legend begins at Castle Bromwich. Here, over 500 basic pressings are assembled and welded to form the body shell. This will then be coated with over 50 litres of protective and finishing paints. From an automated store, high-quality stampings and pressings are fed to a flow line of workstations for assembly. Satellite areas feed sub-assemblies to the main track, the front and rear body underframe, for example. This is highly skilled, demanding work. Quality is monitored at every stage. Tolerances are checked using special jigs. As assembly of the body in white nears completion, the familiar style of the legend begins to emerge. After all drilling operations and before painting, the whole body is covered with highlighting fluid to show up even the slightest imperfection in panel contour. Even the smallest blemish is marked up for rectification before the body can pass final inspection. After coating in protective oil, the bodies are located in the computer-controlled body store. From here, they'll be selected in batches according to type for transfer to the paint shop, one of the most technically advanced in Europe. Here, bodies pass through a long series of processes and paint applications to produce the legendary Jaguar finish. After a special phosphate coat is applied to give high corrosion resistance, the bodies pass through a 130,000-litre bath of primer. An electric charge is applied to ensure maximum adherence. All underbody joints are sealed, and an anti-chip coating is applied to the sills before the body moves to the surface of booth. This is a clinically clean environment with a controlled atmosphere to protect against any pollution or contamination. More like a space lab than a paint spraying area. The spray heads are sealed against impurities, and the air fed to the booths at positive pressure is filtered 3 times. All the operators wear special protective clothing. It is only through rigorous precautions like these that Jaguar's quality standards can be upheld. High build surface area is applied overall by robot and to complex areas by hand. After the process is repeated and a guide coat applied, the bodies feed into the oven for baking and drying, then move to the wet deck. Here, each body goes through a meticulous process of wet sanding by hand and machine. As the guide coat is sanded away, it shows even the slightest imperfection. The most sensitive hands and eyes are needed for this work, the critical final stage before the color coats are applied. Four coats of high-quality thermoplastic acrylic paint are sprayed onto the bodies. Then comes one of the miracles of the legend. As the bodies pass through ovens heated to 170 degrees centigrade, the paint reflows and smooths over the whole surface to set to a brilliant and durable high-gloss finish. To give maximum resistance to corrosion, the bodies are given a full under-seal coat, and all box sections, sills and doors are injected with protective wax. Then, after 7 days and over 30 individual processes, the finished body returns to the computerized body store, from where it'll be called to the main assembly plant at Browns Lane. Throughout the many production processes at Castle Bromwich, extensive computer facilities help the production team preserve the excellent quality of paintwork, which is so much a part of the Jaguar legend. Constant diligence and an unfailing commitment to excellence are essential to maintain the style and beauty of the legend. But if the legend has style, it also has performance. Here at Radford in Coventry, the engines, transmission and axle assemblies which create that performance are produced. In the true Jaguar tradition, Radford employs some of the most sophisticated machine tool technology in the world, complemented by some of the world's finest craftsmen. In the axle assembly area, each assembly is the specific responsibility of an individual technician. The serial number of the unit can be traced back to his name, so each assembly is almost a signed masterpiece. Parts for the legendary Jaguar V12 engine, such as the block and the unique high-efficiency Mayhead, are machined automatically, then passed through one of the most rigorous and sophisticated engineering inspection procedures in the world. All sub-assemblies are checked for exact engineering tolerances, and pistons and conrods are weighed and matched into sets for each engine, The V12 engines are then assembled by hand on a carousel track with 41 separate sections. Nearby, parts for the exciting new Jaguar engine, the AJ6, are machined on a new line using state-of-the-art technology and advanced fault diagnostic systems. At present, the all-aluminium AJ6 is produced as a 3.6-litre 4-valve engine, but this machinery can cope with any new variant developed in the future. After machining, the AJ6 is also hand-built by Jaguar craftsmen, each engine the product of teamwork between technology and talent. Of the hundreds of parts used in the construction of Jaguar engines and axles, most are turned or machined at Radford. Hubs, disc brakes and flywheels, water pumps, cam covers and foot pedals. Intricate engineering operations, skilled and dedicated operators. After many years, the world-famous XK engine is still in high demand. It's machined and assembled by a highly experienced team of craftsmen and fitters. Every Jaguar engine is put through an exhaustive test routine to ensure that each one matches up to specification and performance. The tune of the engines is quality, always quality.
We've got to try it out first and see what happens.
So therefore, I'll put on the sheet and hot plate now on trial. General situation slightly through, so we'll continue to monitor the next quality circle.
Yeah, well, we've had them all sorted out by suppliers.
Radford pioneered the use of quality circles, where management and employees meet formally on a regular basis to discuss and resolve quality problems.
Well, could I suggest
Now operating at all Jaguar plants, these circles have proved to be a tremendous success and an invaluable way of involving everyone in the quest for quality.
For the next quality circle.
The end result of the committed teamwork by man and machine at Radford is engines and parts of superb reliability and legendary performance. This is today's standard bearer of Jaguar's racing heritage, the awesome XJS, which gave Tom Walkinshaw the European Touring Car Drivers' Championship in 1984. Jaguar's heritage of legendary high-performance cars is displayed at the company's headquarters and main assembly plant at Browns Lane. Here, the bodies from Castle Bromwich and the engines and axles from Radford are assembled into complete Jaguars, the most beautiful range of luxury cars in the world. Bodies from Castle Bromwich are housed in a fully automated store. From here, they're sent by overhead conveyor to the three main assembly tracks. The first stage of assembly is called pre-mount, where fuel pipes, petrol tanks, wiring, sound insulation and air conditioning systems are fitted. At every stage throughout assembly, each technician is responsible for checking the quality of his own work. So quality is built into the cars, not inspected in. On the mount line, the body is lowered onto the axle assemblies. Then the engine is installed, and various other components fitted. Then to the trim track, where the detailed trim, woodwork and seats are fitted. In an age of plastics, Jaguar still continues a special tradition, the use of real walnut and elm veneers. In fact, every Jaguar has its own unique dashboard fascia and woodwork finish. Veneers are painstakingly selected for color and grain and matched into mirror image sets for each side of the car. After bonding, the veneers are repeatedly sanded and polished to produce a deep, lustrous finish. The complete process takes a full 3 weeks. You don't create a legend overnight. Jaguar is also one of the few companies still using real leather in its cars. 2 full hides go into the saloon and 5 into the all-leather interior of the XJS. The finest hides, selected by specialists, are worked by master craftsmen of impressive skill who cut and match sets for each car in the trim shop. The seats are all handmade and hand-sewn. The same loving care and attention is also given to the making of cloth-trimmed seats. The trim shop also produces the leatherwork for another model, the Daimler limousine. Even by Jaguar standards, the limousine is an exceptional car. A masterpiece of traditional design and craftsmanship. It's hand-built by teams of skilled workers, each team responsible for particular tasks. The finest materials and components are used, and the limousine is stringently inspected and tested. Sheer pride of workmanship ensures that performance and finish match the magnificence of the limousine's style and concept. These stately and distinctive cars are used by royalty, celebrities, and diplomats around the world. The final finishing zone. Here, the car is completely inspected, tested, and checked. On a computerized rolling road, each car undergoes a special test cycle, and the system prints out a complete profile of the performance of the suspension, brakes, and other major components. And then each car is tested for weatherproofing, including a high-pressure water test. Then every car is road tested by an experienced test engineer to check that handling, performance, and quietness match up to the legend. If necessary, adjustments and rectifications are made, and the car is retested. Only when it is perfect will it pass this crucial test. As most legislation requires a minimum level of exhaust emissions, a special check is made to ensure compliance. And then the car moves to the final line. The Jaguar Vehicle Safety Check ensures that each car meets the strict legislative requirements of the country where it will be sold. And a comprehensive computer check examines the whole electrical system in each car. In all, each car undergoes a series of 12 specific checks and counter-checks before it passes final inspection. After the application of special protective coatings, the car is then ready for delivery. At Castle Bromwich, Radford and Browns Lane, building each legend takes many weeks of meticulous care and attention. Every car, a masterpiece of refined design and dedicated craftsmanship, exceptional quality and superb engineering. In the heart of England, the heartland of legend and industrial innovation, Jaguar cars continue to uphold traditional standards of excellence whilst utilizing the most sophisticated modern technology. A unique synthesis of human skill and electronic intelligence. A craftsman's hand and eye coordinated in perfected skill. And where Godiva passed, a robot keeps its silent vigil. Jaguar.